All right, what's up, guys? We're live, back with Alex from Rip Roaring Garage. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
How's it going? How's it going?
Oh, it's just another day in Happyville. It's been a long time. How's
Yeah,
everything been?
had a heart attack. Those
Yeah,
guys don't know, but I'm
yeah,
still here.
yeah. Good, live and kicking. That's great. That's the way we like it.
Too young to
Uh,
know when to give up.
yeah, I know the feeling, brother. I know the feeling. So yeah, so basically, I just wanted to hop on here today and do like our weekly live stream. It's been a long time since since we had Alex on, so it's kind of nice to have. I like it when the Mopar and the GM community get together and mix it up there. So yeah,
Ballpark's better.
that's debatable. Wouldn't you like to know? Oh, I know, brother. I didn't fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep. We were just hashing it up before we had a couple last second loose ends we had to tie up. Me, myself, and I. How you doing?
Hi.
And we got LSX Motors. Corey, how we doing, sir? Hope everything's well up there in Canada. So yeah. So we got a couple topics today. You want to talk? I kind of want to touch base on this UAW strike. What do you think?
Yeah, that's the one that's everybody thinking about and whatnot.
Yeah.
First of all, I think we should kind of cover what the UAW wants because
Okay,
it
that's
kinda
fair.
gets lost, right? So
That's fair. Yeah.
I
Context.
don't know if you have the article up, but from memory, I'm going. I know that they wanted a 50% increase in wages. They wanted COLA, cost of living allowance, something with the college fund for their kids, and obviously pensions and whatnot. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of unions. Unions have kind of screwed me over in the past, so I kind of
Yeah.
know there's
Okay.
politics, but there's a point where you got to wonder
What?
with the economy going as it's going.
Yeah.
Does anybody that's UAW, do you guys think that you'll get anything remotely close to what the union leadership's asking for?
I have no idea. Now, see, me, I am a union worker, so that's interesting. I like to have
Yeah, well, I
that
look, I
contrast.
was UTW. Yeah, no, UTU. It's been 20 years, okay?
Yeah,
United
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Transportation Union,
Okay.
right? I was with the FOP and
Yep. Okay.
some. Oh yeah, it was the teachers union when I was teaching at the university. That
Oh, that's
was
right.
the
Yeah.
worst one. Yeah, so I've
Yeah.
been in unions,
Yeah.
going to the meetings and all that. So I'm not talking like some you get pundits that have no idea. They've always been in something else and they just yeah. But I'm just saying, looking at the whole picture,
Yeah.
I would be scared. I'd be starting looking for a job
Yeah.
if I'm working at Brampton in
I
particular.
yes, I have no idea as far as, but we have till Thursday night. We do know
Yeah.
that, right? We have 11:59 Thursday night. This is when it expires. All the rank and file workers. That's when everything is going to be laid out to them as far as like if they are going to be striking. I don't know if I have been reading whether they've been like doing practice strikes or whatever. If they've been like on the streets already. I don't know how serious they are,
Well, they're
but
probably going to be protesting, and I guarantee you, there's going to be some union reps out there with groups of people to inform, because not every union member is going to be up to date. They just zombie their way in, punch in, do their job, and then punch out. They want to go home, have a beer, and just relax.
yep,
Which is we've been there. Well, I get it,
yeah,
but
yep,
the things that I'm seeing between car sales going down, between
yep,
inflation, between legislation and EVs, and talking to Andrew earlier, we were going to get into that, right?
yeah,
But maybe it helps to kind of look back at 2010, so 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, right, when
mm-hmm.
Ford shut down St. Thomas. Now, I'm a big Panther guy, not that kind of Panther. The Crown Vic marquee town car. I have had them all my life. I still got two of them.
Okay,
So those were built at St. Thomas in Ontario, also where Brampton is.
oh yes, gotcha,
And Ford promised that they're going to kill the Crown Vic, end production, and your jobs are safe. We're just going to retool to the Ford Fusion. Once the last Crown Vic rolled off the assembly line, everybody was told, pack up, go home. The plant is done. They tore it
Correct.
down. They promised that to Wixom in Michigan, where the town car was made before it got merged with the other Panthers, right?
Yeah.
And they told them that they're going to be moved around and they're going to retool. And Wixom got torn down. That was there for like 70 years or however, like that's a historic site. They didn't care. Tear it down. So I got to wonder, like, we're the enthusiasts. We know the history. We know these kinds of things. But if you're just a worker and you don't know, this can come as a shock. But that's my hunch on what's going to happen. Brampton's going to be shut down.
Yeah, that's a very you know what? To be honest with you, who knows what they're gonna do?
Congrats. Hold on. Sorry, I'm cutting it. It's like I just saw J user pure power. Right on, brother. Drive it safe, drive it hard. Welcome to the brotherhood.
I like to drive it hard.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hey, my mom's watching.
That thing is gonna be crazy. Congrats, man!
That's
because
nice.
Seriously, I got turned down. I got my order canceled. So I'm so happy to see somebody that actually got follow through on their allocation. So
that's what worries me because there's a lot of channels out there. I'm gonna name Brad from OC Motivator, cool guy, former Air Force like me, but I do disagree with a lot of what he's seeing because he's got a big channel. Dealerships will go up to him and say, here, no markup. Yeah. And there was some drama where a friend of mine tried to take up on that deal and he was told flat out $15,000 markup. So
come on.
Yeah. He eventually he got his car. I made a video about him, he had a nasty collision, but he just got the replacement. Beautiful car. I'm not going to go into more details, but he got it for no markup at a small dealership outside of Chicago. So there are places that still do no markup, but I think it's going to be those kinds of places where they don't do a lot of volume in Challengers, and they don't care. They just want it off the lot so they can get some Jeep, some minivan, something like that.
Well, their allocations really depend on that too, because if their turnaround time is little to none, then they're going to get more allocations and they're going to get fed more cars and more volume and more money and blah blah blah. You know how it goes.
Exactly. And if they have that 90 days or more, you have a car that maybe doesn't the local community can't afford it because it's too much money, too expensive. They just want the cheap Dodge Neon or whatever the hell, Hornet. What do you call it? I don't even know anymore. The minivan Alfa Romeo. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to call it the Dodge. Yeah.
Cool
so if they want to sell more of those, they got to get rid of this car that's sitting on their lot for 90 days, and we got to get rid of it. So no markup, no whatever. Yeah. Whereas a bigger dealership doesn't care because they got enough sales to where the 5% of vehicles can sit there. They're still getting their volume. From like SoCal and New York areas.
They can even sell them for a loss because it's about, your entry and your exit time on those lots. Yeah. That's really where your money's at. It's just flipping them, flip. So
nice. Nice, J Power. You got it for just, documentation, taxes and whatnot, normal stuff. That's awesome.
That's pennies. So
good. You done good.
Yep.
Congrats. Yep. I'm happy. I love hearing that kind of stuff. And if you want, send me photos.
Me, myself, and I, you guys should talk about the history of unions, who organized them, the benefits of workers and their benefits and protections. But the management of the unions are looking for themselves.
Yeah, it's always the case. I don't want to get too boring and dry. That's a little dry, I think.
Yeah, that was back when I
don't want to out her.
What's that?
I don't want to out her, but that's
Yeah.
You know her already. You said hi to her earlier.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's an interesting point because there's a point, when they were like truly needed for a different reason. because it was literally life and
Yeah,
death. But
yeah.
nowadays, it's
Like the 8 hour work week and, like common things that we kind of
yeah,
take for granted.
yeah,
A lot of people don't realize that unions were also kind of funded by the Communist Party and the
yeah,
USSR. Oh, yeah. There's a
yeah,
lot of that going on. So
yeah.
there's still sentiment from that, but I'm only talking about like, look around, look what's happening in the world. Economy is not going great. And
No,
if you work for a place like that, you want to be prepared, or do you want to just be blindsided when a factory
no.
says, well, you know,
Well, did you see their demands of what they're asking of the big three?
yeah, like the 50%
I didn't
wage
mean to.
increase.
I didn't mean to cut you off there, but
No,
I
no,
thought it
no.
was
You
a
go ahead. You
very
talk.
good segue into a 40% wage hike
Okay, so it's
over the
40.
no, I'm sorry, 46
Okay.
compounded over the maturity or the life of the contract. They want beefed up retirement. I guess their pensions were taken away from them, but they want them back, and they want to go to a 32-hour work week as opposed to a 40.
Yes, that was the other thing, 4-day work week, basically. But
Hmm.
I don't think that's reasonable. I don't like what's going to happen is it's exactly what I said. They're going to shut
I'm
down
gonna
Brampton.
I'm gonna need more context because I'm doing you
Now,
know
we shouldn't talk about only Dodge, right? Because that's just Stellantis.
I'm talking about UAW as a whole.
Exactly. So you got Ford.
Yes,
Ford has moved
yes.
a lot of things out of Canada into the US. So
Okay.
they're they're a little more hard pressed. So is GM. Like the Camaro, the fifth gen was Ontario made,
Okay.
whereas sixth gen is made. Where is it made? I am.
The Lansing, the Grand River plant
That's right, Michigan.
in Lansing. Yeah.
So they're a little kind of got them by the short hairs.
That a boy. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go. Now
Yeah.
I had a Camaro too, so
Yep.
the Brotherhood of Muscle isn't just a Dodge thing.
No. No. No.
That's I don't
Yeah.
that's anybody says otherwise, that's a marketer talk.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
yeah, going back to what they want, it's I have a feeling that there's some bigger things at play. Somebody got bought off, and this is going to be the excuse when Dodge does shut down Brampton. They're going to say, "Well, we couldn't
Yeah.
get an agreement with the union negotiations, so sorry,
Yep.
oopsie, we're
Yep.
going back to the U.S. Or worse, we're going to build them in China and import them like Volvo does." Yeah, Volvos are made in China now. Well,
Wonderful.
not all of them, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of them, and all the Chinese, how is that? All the
Yeah.
EVs,
Yeah.
same thing. They're all made there, anyways. You know.
I don't know if this is really looking good either way, to be honest with you,
Well,
Alex.
in that
Whether
article right
whether
there,
whether they win their contract and the prices go up, that
that's
that might happen. That might not. No, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I can't predict the future on that. I can speculate. Or if they go on strike and nothing's getting produced.
well, that's what I was going to say. But first, I found it really interesting how Ford made an offer, and I think
Yes.
CBS here was talking about it, like
Do you want me
ten
to pull that one
percent.
up?
Yeah, they're talking about 10% increase raise,
Yeah.
and it was shot down immediately. So I'm like, okay, 10% is, whatever. It could be the part of the negotiation process. Like, look, we can't do 50, offer them 10, we settle for 22, that kind of
So
thing.
looks like 10% from Ford, 10% from GM, and 14.5% from Stellantis. So
Yeah, my prediction is that Ford will settle, GM will settle, but Stellantis won't. And
you don't think
Stellantis will
so?
go on strike. That's what I think. Because they're also got more bargaining chips.
Yeah.
The Camaro still has a whole 24 model to be built, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking like what is this is the ninth month.
That's
So we've got like another 90 days left.
I
Because
do.
I mean they're talking about ending production in January, but I think it will extend. I do.
Let me
But
let me make this. I that's a good point, and we should talk
yeah.
about that. But what I was saying is that where Camaro still has a year, Ford is just starting the Mustang. So like whatever, people will wait. They will.
Yeah.
But Dodge, this is it. The last,
Yeah.
no more orders. Whatever orders are in are is going to be made unless there's a strike. So if you want to go on strike, this is the time to do it. It's like, yeah, tell your customers
Hmm.
that the last one that they waited for, at the wire, that they're not going to get it. Tell
When
them that.
when they're charging $100,000 a pop, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, no,
a
that's the
hundred
MSRP
thousand.
for some of them. Like
Yeah.
my super stock was 124,000 MSRP. Yes, with
Yep.
taxes, but no markup on that car.
I ordered a Charger wide body jailbreak, and it came out to like 98,000.
Yeah,
So 96 or 98,000. So yeah, but I'm just saying yours was like 120, 130.
because
Mine
it's a
was like
super stock,
90
so it
something.
has
Yeah, but it
just
balances. It
yeah,
balances. I mean, to averaging out to about 100 grand a pop.
yeah. That's a Hellcat these days. It used to be
Yeah,
half that, but a
yeah,
lot of people complain Dodge is greedy. It's like maybe, but there's
yeah,
also a lot of inflation just because
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We got some optimism in the house. I like it.
I I I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I would like to, because the last thing I want is to hear
Yeah,
and read, like guys that are really brought down because they had it, they finally were there financially, everything, their ducks in a row, and all of a sudden, bam, here comes a strike, and they don't get their car. That breaks my heart, man.
yeah.
Especially, like
It's disappointing. Yeah,
this is it. Like if you want an old school muscle car, the sound, the way it drives. The only thing you can
yeah,
get is the Challenger. The Camaro went a little more modern, and it's cool for that, but it's different.
yeah,
And the Mustang is turning into a GT car, like you did in your videos, the live stream with the GTD, right? Who's the market for that car? It ain't us, right? So if your last shot was the L body
yeah.
Charger Challenger, and now this happens, it's gonna suck.
The
You know,
GTD is the G. I don't even know who that GTD is for. I don't even know, because the thing is, I've been sitting back thinking, I'm like,
posters.
listen, yes, listen. I mean, the thing is it's to the point of delirium. $300,000. I'm starting to think you're stupid if you actually fork over the dough for that.
Well, they had the Ford versus Ferrari film, and
Oh,
there's a new movie coming out.
so is this a feelings thing or something?
I think it's going to be trying to promote the movie, market it, and let's cash on some collector cars that some rich Ferrari collector otherwise would never looked. I think
Never,
that's what it's going to happen.
never mind. Then they can
And I don't. I
keep
and I
them.
don't.
Keep
I
'em.
only saw like
The
there's
fuck?
a channel.
Get away from me. What?
There was a channel I watched, VinWiki, whatever, and they got the Stig
Okay.
there from Top Gear, and he talks about whatever his stuff, and he was talking about a recent movie he just finished doing the stunt driving, and
Mhm.
it's going to be a Ford Ferrari Le Mans kind of thing,
Oh man.
and I think that's what they want to pair it to. So
Oh
we'll see,
gosh.
But as far as production, uh, if they're going to shut down the plant, then that's it. It's game over. Whatever's built is built. It's going to suck for the Demon 170.
Mike Lloyd. I'm sorry, Alex. That is shocking. That is shocking. Because as of right now, I kind of figured that would be their bread and butter. As far as maybe we came in on the SS, and maybe we're going to be going out on the SS. But yeah, the employee, yeah, I'm telling you, I just got an email from GM Authority the other day. $750 is that's the only rebate or the only discount they're offering on Camaro. But
Yeah.
honestly, the orders that they've taken for Camaro, they're not going to be building them. You know what I mean? So how is that on the Dodge side? Is like what they've got ordered, they're already sold out, or what's the status on that?
Well,
Do you know?
see, because again, Jay is saying that they got a lot of full inventory, but where I don't want to dox you or anything. I'm just curious where,
You're fine.
because every dealership here is sold out. They got nothing on the lot.
Really?
Whatever comes in, it's like already done. I did the video of that the car I wanted to get literally the day before I have a heart attack. Yeah, it was the shakedown. I have a video with that. By the way, go out check out Rip Roaring Garage. I'm
Yes.
awful at plugging myself, but yeah, go check it out. I'll be in the comments later, so you can just click, easy peasy.
Do it.
Lemon squeezy. Yeah. So that car, the moment I was like, I told him, look, I can't. I got to focus on statins and cardio rehab. It's like, no problem. We understand and whatever. And then like the next day, it sold. It was gone.
Of course.
They had the swingers, the wide body swinger, the F8 green one sold before they cleaned it. It was done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, what does happen, because the swinger did sell and the guy backed out, but then immediately after it sold again. Yeah, because I was thinking stupidly.
They have a list. They have a list of people.
Well, not even that. Just people
if
call.
You get it, I will buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, they know they're good buyers. Like I bought, I don't even know, like 3 or 4 cars from them. So when something comes, now they know that I'm tapped out. Unless I go in because I got buddies there and I say, hey, what's up? For those guys that know, that's the dealership where I worked, where I was all, you can do this on the minimum wage and still live your blah 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 whatever. It's a little delusion, trying to be positive, and that's I mean, if you live with your parents, your salary is whatever, then yeah, you can do it and figure it out. So it's not impossible, but it's very difficult. And
right.
That's kind of the sentiment that a lot of people are seeing. And that's what I think is happening. A lot of dealerships are getting these orders that don't work out. Banking is a problem. Interest rates are a problem. And now you get the people that can't afford to buy cash and whatever, they're getting good deals. Because I'm like, I call my bank. It's like, yeah, you talk differently to a bank trying to get a loan when they can see that you got $200K in the account.
Right.
You get a different interest rate.
You get a lot of things different, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I mean, hey, why wouldn't you try to squeeze everything you can? I mean, I'm not saying this with hate, envy, or whatever. I'm like, good. Screw the bank.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, but the dealership pays the same price for the car.
Well, dealers pay. I don't know what the invoice is for, like your car. The one you ordered, MSRP is 90 something. Probably the dealer pays 60 because Dodge has been increasing the invoice to the dealerships as well. Those are very hard to get in modern day in the modern times. Like I can tell you, when I bought my Crown Vic, its sticker price was 34, something like that, but its invoice was 10. Well, it was a sport model car, right? So it was whatever, overpriced. I got it for 14. That's a different story. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know, because I'm very confused. Like I don't disbelieve people saying this and that. It's just that where I am, everything's sold out. There's not a car. Like I wanted to do some videos.
I will tell you this. I was sitting here trying to remember. I think it was like 6 weeks ago. I was up. There's a car lot. There's a Dodge dealership, probably, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 miles from me. And I was cruising through the lot. They had like 6 Hellcats sitting on the lot. 6.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming. I didn't stop talking to anybody.
Were they all new?
They were all brand new.
Okay. Because that's a trick. Like when I did that, my dealership has like 2 facilities across the street from each other. And one side is used. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, look at all these Hellcats. Look at all these Scat Packs. Look at all this. It was awesome. And like all the different colors was great, but they're all used. And some of them with,
yeah. Makes me wonder. Wouldn't you like to know? Says, makes me wonder, with all the price hikes on vehicles, if the big 3 were trying to recoup some of the revenue before the contract gets ratified. I think they were doing that like 6 months ago. That was back when I was saying they're trying to rat hole some money and sock it away. I think that.
I don't know if the boards are that smart.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I'm just saying,
they know when it's a contract year, just like we know when it's an election year. I mean,
But the
They know.
price raises, they weren't that much. I mean, relative, I'm speaking relative to inflation, right? And not the CPI crap that they're telling us it's only 4%. No, I'm talking actual inflation since,
Yeah.
let's say, 2020. And we're in double digits, approaching 20%.
Yeah.
So, it's very difficult because they measure these things using milk, cheese, and other things that are subsidized. Milk is subsidized. The government pays farmers to make milk. So,
Yes.
yeah, milk has been $4.89 since, I don't know, 2010.
Yes. A long time.
But the way you really judge something is look at products that are not subsidized at all. In fact, they're taxed: gas, cigarettes, and cars. And 10 years ago, a pack was $5. Now we're approaching 15 where I am.
15.
Yep.
Oh.
15.
Oh.
Gasoline 10 years ago was $2 and change, and
Yeah.
now it's 5. And cars were, $10,000. You can get yourself a nice entry level car.
This is why I'm wondering if the UAW's demands are or aren't
Well,
out of line.
I think they're a little. Maybe they're just doing that thing like the Facebook marketplace. I'm going to ask this much, but I'll be okay with
Yeah.
I'll ask for 20, but I'll take 50.
I'll start here and I'll settle here. Yeah.
It might be that it makes headlines, gets attention. We're talking about it, right? So
Yeah.
it could be that, but
Yeah.
knowing the kind of the way UAW and the manufacturers have acted in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that they're going to settle with Ford, GM. Stellantis is going on strike. And that is going to put so much pressure on those that want these cars. I don't even want to think what's going to happen to the few Demon 170s that are already made. Those will be $1 million cars. Because if they only make like 5 of them, whatever is made, right? That's it.
Sounds like you need to leave that.
Yes, you're right. I want to so bad. I know, like, the other guys that get offended. I got family here. I was like, no, I don't have any more family left. That's it. I'm ready to go. Can I go, please? Can I go? But the one place I wanted to go now is talking about freaking homeless in Casper, Wyoming. What is going on there?
Yes, there you go. That a boy. Yes,
that's what I wanted. It was my dream kind of getaway. Small state. Nobody goes there. Nobody's there, and whatever. And apparently, there's homeless people. Why are there homeless people in a state where it's negative 40 degrees in January? Anyways, that went way left field. Speaking of Yankees,
yeah, no, I agree with him though. I agree with him. I did want to intervene here. Tracy said that they are putting 1LE packages on convertibles for Camaro. Now, the people that are in here for Camaro talk are
let's
That is so beyond me. I didn't even know that was even possible. Tracy, is that true?
Well,
because they, as far as I'm aware, the convertibles get the 2.77 to 1 ratio rear end. You can't put the ELSD in the convertibles. So
unless you're doing it for this. I don't, like I said, I'm not 100% up to date with the convertibles.
Do you think it's because it's like we got these on the shelf, stick them in?
Possibly. We got way too many 1LE parts. Like, shove them onto something. We can't put them into a 4-banger. Actually, no, they do put it on the 4-banger now, do they?
4-banger's dead. They only got 6.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But 6 cylinders. Yeah. There's a 1LE 6-cylinder, right? So
yes.
They might have way too many of them. Like, nobody's ordering a 1LE, LFX. It's still the LFX, right?
The SS1LE.
No. The engine, the LFX, the
V6. LTX.
Is it LTX? That's right. Yeah. Now I remember. It's LFX 5th gen.
Yeah.
And
I did not know. That is new news to me. Wow, I have not heard of that. No.
Wow. The convertibles are an odd duck as it is, because I hear a lot of hate on convertibles from especially younger guys.
Yeah, they're getting better. They're getting
Well, no,
better.
I mean, granted, a convertible is not going to be as rigid and roadworthy for
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
race
they're getting.
tracks and all that. But I kind of like seeing them still around. Convertibles were like
Yeah,
a thing,
yeah. I had a convertible. It was great.
It's just obviously it's weird. I mean, there was that company in Florida that was working with Dodge, so you can order it through the dealership where you got a
Oh, the
convertible.
Hellcat. The Hellcat.
You can do it on a Demon if
Yes.
you wanted. Like that's like
Are you serious?
why? Yeah,
Wow. That, but it was an additional like what 17 or
30.
7 30.
30. Because I was thinking about doing it just because of rarity, and I was thinking, well, is it a factory option if it's listed in my MSRP? But it's not quite a factory thing. Doesn't have the same warranty, and
Yeah.
eh.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be better.
Maybe. I don't know. Like honestly, if it is a convertible, I kind of like the look of the
Soft top.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cover up your face. I didn't mean to cover up your face there,
I was
buddy.
like I kind of like the ragtop look. I always dug that on you know, big cars and whatnot, you know, Cadillacs. I wish Lincoln had convertibles in the 70s.
As long as the color, you know, coordination is good. I like.
Yeah, like the two-tone colors. It's like I just see soft tops like the BMW and what was the Mazda, the new Miata that have that very dark gray with the red, not bright red, but a maroon top with maroon interior.
Could
I
be.
kind of dig that look. It's a weird look, but you know, it works.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong with you know, anything with the beige. I know beige is so beige, but I like beige. My Marquis
Beige
has
is
a
so
beige
beige.
interior. It seems so light, so clean, so
Well,
roomy.
Listen, hey, you like what you like, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I wish they made a full beige interior on the Challenger too. That would be a really cool look.
They do for Corvette, but you got to pay out the nose.
Yeah, Corvette. They do everything. That's the problem. That's the enemy right now. Freaking Corvette and New Balance and freaking white socks and cargo shorts and freaking baseball bats with the giant brim. You know the ones like that have the giant freaking tall brim. Not like the one you have. I don't know what they're called. Yeah.
Before I kick the screen out, I just want to say Thursday. I mean, catch off there, Alex. Thursday is the deadline on this, so that's when we're going to know whether we're in trouble or not. It's Thursday, Friday morning, essentially.
And that's when you can see a bunch of channels saying, I was right, and it's always that way. Like, at least right now, we're talking like from a rational standpoint, like what could happen, what's going to happen, and how is it going to affect things? Because the first thing that if there is a strike, markups are coming back in full force. Not to say that means you should go out and buy markup cars now, like a 15K, because it's going to go to 50. But you know that if they're not going to get any more of these cars, then what's the point? Like, what's the dealership going to do?
I would say December. JUSA Pure Power says, in which month is it possible we would hear anything about the future of the Camaro? So the Camaro is set to die off in January, probably the end of the month of January, because they did it 1 month after the Dodge was killing off the Challenger. It's hard for me to keep up with all three of them.
They might extend.
Extend?
If they're smart, they should extend.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on if they were smart talk. Oh man.
Well, if they're greedy, how's that?
Well, we all know that.
Because now there's going to be a void in this market, and Mustang may if Ford goes on strike, but GM doesn't.
Right.
Wow, no more dark horses. So it's like, hey, what do we do now? It could be that they just stopped all the suppliers. They have no more emblems, and they can't ship out a car without emblems unless they create a package that's like the stealth Camaro or whatever they're going to call it, the spotless Panther, whatever marketing lingo.
I think that Ford has taken the frog in the boiling water approach. If you just slowly crank up the heat, like, you know, we're keeping the Mustang gas, we're keeping the GT gas, we're doing all this, you know, la 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 la, and then before you know it, they're gonna have the old bait and switch.
Well,
That's what
they
I
already
think.
did that a little bit with the freaking iPads glued to the dashboard.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so hokey. I like
But I don't.
everything else about it. It's gorgeous interior with the square look. I like that. Put real gauges,
Yes,
and then
yes.
well, what else do they do? Oh yeah, it's a cross plane V8, right? The new V8 in the Mustangs. Is it cross plane?
Um,
Oh
no,
no,
yeah.
or is it flat plane? It's flat
Flat
plane.
flat plane is the more European sounding one, but
Exactly. It's like
they
that's
did put a flat plane in the GT350, but they discontinued that in is a couple years ago. But they went back to cross plane,
okay.
which
So it's
is
still
the more
cross plane. Okay,
traditional.
good.
Yeah,
At least
so they
there's
went
that.
back. Yeah, right,
I'll
right.
give them that then.
Yeah,
The Corvette, they're going to try doing that. They're already doing that. Z06 is a
yeah.
flat plane.
Cross. They have both.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, but
the Z06 is flat plane, and then
I
the
don't like that
Stingray and the
sound.
E-Ray is yeah. You don't like it?
No,
I think it's very
I don't like it.
now that we're here.
Sounds like a Ferrari.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't want
Now
it to
that's
sound
what
like
I'm
a Ferrari.
saying because when
You
my
don't get the
ear
rumble.
hears it, and it's kind of deceiving because my eyes wants to see more curves because I'm so used to hearing a European car sound like that with the flat plane.
Yeah, yeah.
But the Corvette is very like boxy, straight line shape. You know what I'm saying? And it
It's
just
very GM. Yeah.
yeah, and the Seat Corvette's not ever going to be a Ferrari. It's not ever going to be an exotic. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So
Like I said, I get the feeling that it's a couple of guys that are whispering in all the manufacturers' ears to kind of like, I want something that's going to be so exclusive so I can collect it
yeah,
because everybody's holding on to their cars. If a schmuck like me can do it and just tuck it away, forget about it, people, like you were asking me earlier, you still got the 1320. It's like, yep, still has 20 miles on it.
yep.
I haven't done anything, so.
JUSA Pure Power says, I like the digital dash, the current C8 Z06, and the C. Yes, I like the blend. This is why I'm so upset with the Camaro going because it's like the
Well, look,
pinnacle of everything. It's got needles and it's got a little LCD display. It's got both.
Yeah, so
And
does Dodge do that too. Dodge went even more old school, like the entire gauge cluster is
yeah,
full gauges, nothing digital
analog.
background at all. Yeah.
Yes,
I
yeah,
kind of like that.
yeah,
But it comes down to like
yeah.
if you've had them, let's say, guys that had a Camaro or Challenger since,
Sure.
the first one, the
Yeah.
Hemis with the stick shift and all that, right?
Yeah,
So for them, it kind of looks like, okay, you don't have that corporate steering wheel. Dodge had the hideous one. But then it stayed absolutely the same since 2015. So if you got a Challenger every 2 years, I can see how somebody can get bored and they want something new. But
Yeah.
there were so many new buyers that came in, myself included, because I'm
Yeah.
new to the whole, modern muscle cars. It's like, oh, wow, this is like a new old car.
yeah,
Regular gauges,
yeah,
horizontal dash without a stupid giant
Yeah.
thing in the middle. Like
Yeah.
I got heater controls there and a little
Yeah.
cubby hole, and
Yeah.
that kind of I like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
these are preferences and all that. They could have made, and maybe Ford will do an option. a
But that was the
gauge
reason they
cluster.
did it. That was the reason. It was a retro thing.
Yeah. Like, oh look, you can have a 70 Mustang, a Mach 1 dashboard.
With
that's
a
not
nice squishy ride and satellite navigation and premium leather interior and all the bells and whistles. But there's a line where they're like overdoing
it's
it.
a screen. I'm tired of looking at screens. My eyes
Yes.
after a while. There's something about a car that has just analog stuff. I can turn off the,
Yes.
the intensity, right? And my screen goes out the center, what do you call it? The driver information center, the DIC. I can turn that off, but I still get my gauges.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said about that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I got crappy, vision. Maybe that, but still, it would be nice if Ford does that, offers that as an option in the future.
Absolutely.
Remember, there was a freaking post. It was like it was meant as an insult. It was some feminist group that was trying to laugh at men that Ford is going to come out with this new car, this new Explorer, and it's the man edition. And
What?
it doesn't have collision sensors. It doesn't have heated seats. It doesn't have air conditioning. It's a stick shift. It's this, no traction control, and all these things. It only comes in one color, black, and cloth seats, vinyl seats, and trying to
When
make
was
fun
this?
that we're, it was like maybe 8 months ago or so, like not a
Oh,
year,
okay.
but yeah, and they were
Yeah.
making fun of like how men we're not sophisticated to have all the massaging. Yeah, like men that saw this were like, are you for real? Where's my money? Take my money. I want that car now. I
Yeah.
want that car now. No, nothing. No electronics.
Yeah.
No this. Oh,
Yeah.
sign me up.
Yeah.
For them to find out that they were trying to make fun of guys. I'm like,
Yeah.
joke's on you. That's what we want.
Yes.
They don't give it to us because they're chasing after the female market.
Oh, you
And-
think that? Yeah. it could
Oh
be.
yeah. And that's a lot of the why you see a Mustang that's an SUV, why Corvette is going to have an SUV at some point. The Durango is still going to keep going for another year because these are mostly, if not female bought, they're bought with the nod of approval of the woman back home.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the little lady says, "Oh, we have to get an SUV."
I gotta talk to the boss.
Why do people need SUVs? I don't get that.
Right.
A sedan is fine. Oh, we have kids. So how did we grow up? We didn't have SUVs. We were just as fine. Big 6-seat car. That's more than enough.
We did a
Right?
lot. We did a lot of things that weren't.
Yeah,
different.
it's all about like a perception. They want to feel like they're more powerful higher up.
Wait till JUSA Pure Power says, wait till the winter comes with the screens and they get moisture coverage, you get condensation.
Well, that can happen with anything, though.
Just wait till they start breaking. I mean,
That's-
it's a
yeah.
pain. It's a super big pain to even upgrade because a lot of people want to upgrade their stereo. They want to upgrade. You can't just do because
You don't
I
have
remember back in the day it used to be
two
cool
dins.
to do double din, and it used to be cool to put a white background on your gauges. And pull your clutch.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
And-
just
yeah.
bought the plastic stuff.
You
took
either
the
had
needle
the-
out.
Yeah, you had the orange needles, you had the red needles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't do that stuff anymore. And I mean, even if you can, it's a download, but I mean,
they're going to control that. You're not going to be able to. First of all, you're not going to have access to anything the Mustang, the new one, comes out. It is fully locked.
in the name of safety.
Yeah, no computer, no. What do they call that module?
What,
Ford has
the
so many
ECM?
modules. No, shoot, it has a specific name, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Whereas you look at the Dodge ECU is unlocked. You
Yeah.
want to tune it? You go right ahead. You don't have to break
Yeah.
the algorithm, a code, a lock, or anything. Well, those
Right.
days are gone. Dodge already
Right.
said that openly. That you want more performance, you have to come through direct connection.
Yeah.
That's it. So
Simple
they're
as that.
trying to squeeze every dime. Like, oh, guys like to modify. Let's make them all come to us uniformly, say the right song and dance, and they get the same exact thing. Like that's defeats the whole purpose of modifying.
Yep.
A lot of people will do it just so they can have something that's theirs and theirs alone.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I like to restore cars for original, but that's also because of an originality aspect. Ain't that many 72 Continentals running around. So when I
Anymore.
pull out mine, mine is the only brown one left. Dark metallic brown with the tobacco top and the tobacco interior.
Yeah.
It's mine. That's unique. Even though I'm restoring it to factory.
Yeah.
But I want to do all sorts of mods to my Challenger. Aesthetic
Correct.
ones
Correct.
to make it look different.
Personalized.
Yeah. So this is something that Dodge wants in on, and all of them do. Let's not say that one manufacturer is better than the other because they're
Yeah.
all going to do this.
Well, that's why the jailbreak took off. So,
And even that is like you can't fully jailbreak it. If I wanted to get Sublime with red interior, red leather interior, you
Yeah.
can't. No,
Well,
no. It's
it
locked to
was
the color.
way better than what the Camaro offered. Way
Okay,
better.
fine. It was a step in the right direction, and that should be commended.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Yeah.
that was good, and especially it's just that it confused a lot of people because now you
Yeah.
can have a 717 horsepower Challenger
Yeah.
that's a jailbreak Hellcat.
Okay, so how much of that do you think would stay at the manufacturer, and how much do you think that bleeds over into the car culture?
Oh, well, for one, I know a lot of people that are not going to take this as the final answer. They will try to hack these cars. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, that's going
a
to be the
hundred
next
percent.
thing. Like, I am awful with the computer stuff and hacking and
Yep.
code and all that, but there's a whole generation of younger kids.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
say kids. I'm 40. I had a heart attack. Leave me alone. But they're already good with this stuff. They know
Yeah.
how to break into an iPhone and
Absolutely.
gain access to
Absolutely.
it, so the
Yes.
BIOS or whatever, right? I don't
Yes.
know if it's BIOS, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
So that's going to happen with these cars too. Yeah, you're going to lose
Yep.
warranty, but
Yep.
when it's all electric stuff and all we got left are just a handful of older cars,
Yeah.
V8s and whatnot,
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
don't care. And
Yeah.
there'll be trial and error. You'll hear they're going to be press stories trying to scare you. This guy blew up his $100,000 car just because of a mod. And I admit I kind of recovered some of these things too. And a long while ago, there's a guy that had a brand new car and just some,
Yeah, but then you get into some. This one's not telling the truth, and this one's
yeah.
distorting the truth, and you know what I mean. So
I would like to know the whole story. I actually got the
yes.
guy's number. I was going to call him, but I was like, I'll wait. Maybe it's enough time has passed to where the guy might want to say, like, look, what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so as far as pricing, what worries me is that because of the markups and all this, it's pushing these cars well out of the reach of a younger kid that's trying to get into cars and strictly into the collector hands. Because here's the thing.
GTD.
Yeah,
Mustang GTD. Yeah.
here's the thing with markups. While a dealership, we have some leeway. And the reality is, let's not kid ourselves. The dealership could say 200K markup. What you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Well, what we can do about it is we can talk to Dodge and raise a stink. It's bad advertising, bad PR, and that works. Now, take the same car, put it in the hands of, Joe Snuffy, and Joe Snuffy puts it on Facebook, or bring a trailer and he says 300K for my car.
Mhm.
You can laugh all you want. The guy says, like, fine, I'm not going to sell. I don't got to sell. And
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen. Because the reality is, somebody came up to me and said, well, you got a 1-year-old Charger, and I heard you might be open to selling it. And then what? It's like, okay, yeah, I may sell it for the right price. I'm not letting it go for less than 150. It's insane of a
Yeah.
price, but that's the price I'm willing to part with.
Right.
And the thing is
Right.
that there's going to be somebody that wants it. That's
Oh,
the
guaranteed.
crazy thing. Maybe some guy
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia says, I want to have my car. I do drifting on desert road. And he'll say, here's the 150. And that prices out everybody else that used to be able to get these cars for dirt
Sets a
cheap.
sets a precedence.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunately that's how depression starts in
Yep.
1929, soup kitchens and all that. And I don't know if we're going to go there, but it's definitely going to send shockwaves
Yep.
through the car community. And that's why I think you should not um, give up on streaming and all that. You're doing the Lord's work here, Andrew. Come on, let me see it in the
That
comments.
I'm
Come
the
on,
only one. I'm the only one that
thumbs
has
up if you
had
want to keep them.
anything negative to say about the Mustang GTD, because I promise you, this is the death of car culture as we know it.
I
If
don't
you
know if
let
it's going to be the death, but it's definitely going to
everybody's
hit
just
Mustang.
everybody's just gonna sit back and watch at the, you know what
The,
I mean,
the
beyond
joke
that.
is going to be the Mustang GTD when hitting regular Joes in a crowd is not enough, and you want to hit people that drink their tea with their pinky up.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
going to
my
be
god.
some meme or whatever. But come on, thumbs up, people. Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up,
Yeah.
wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
I like it.
I don't have
I
the
like
breath.
it.
I wanted to do that until somebody actually gave it.
Oh, I was about to, hey, I was sitting back watching because I was like, man, his heart's coming back. The old ticker's
Yeah.
working, buddy. I see it right now.
But no, we got to do this, even though sometimes it's a little,
Yeah.
slow or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't realize the impact that
What?
we have.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
like there's people that texted me and was like, dude, the kind of stuff that, gets you into feels. So
Yeah.
just
Well,
because, I don't
yeah,
know.
the kind of car culture that I would like to see moving forward in the future is keep the barrier of entry low.
Yeah.
Keep it fun for everybody. Cut the cars and coffee. Who cares, man? Because that's when you get the chest poking and the freaking egos going and this and that. Go out and drive your car, experience it, have fun with it, put some miles on it, learn to work on it. Actually invest in the car. Emotionally and obviously financially. But
Well, labor. That's what
yes,
we learn. There's so
absolutely,
many things I had
absolutely.
no clue about, but it's like I look it up, I do it, I figure it
Yeah,
out, and
yeah, yeah,
But speaking of that, like cars and coffee, uh, one of the things I've been working on behind the scenes is becoming president of one of the local car clubs, a fairly big car club that has some influence in the county.
sure.
And the problem is nobody wanted to step up to be on the board, myself included, until I heard how dire it is. I'm not running for president. I'm just like, nobody else there. All right, fine. I'll take over.
Yeah,
But
I'll
I got
pick
to
the
do it.
flag up and run with it.
Well, I'm going to do it my way. Because
Yep.
one of the problems we have is exactly that kind of attitude.
Yep.
Cars and coffee. Like, you can't bring that car here. That's not
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, why?
Yeah, I watched a video on that. Kicking
Kid-
kicking cars out because they're not nice enough or they don't fit some kind of genre. And I'm like, man, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself. That is so
There's a
stupid.
kid with the Dorito, the Magic Dorito RX Mazda, the 2-door.
Yeah.
And no, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, Jeff.
Right,
It's
right.
fun. It's just that
It's not the end all be all.
It normalizes the attitude if it's Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Bentleys and $100,000 Hellcats, where
Yeah.
a meet. You get some really cool stories when you're talking to somebody that has a little Civic with the 2JZ that he did on the street.
Yeah.
Like, huh? It's like, yeah, I got a welder extension cord all up to the second floor, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm stick welding my freaking motor mounts, and those are cool stories.
And there some people like that, some people don't. There's a niche for
I'm
everything.
not-
But they
yeah.
all used to remember when they used to like all get together and we'd meet up at this person's house and everybody would help finish that project.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. That doesn't happen
know,
at Cars and Coffee, but it
that's
happens
what I'm
at the
saying.
local club. And I'm not into JDM stuff. Like, I know very little, and for a while I didn't really care. I spent 10 years in Europe, and oh yes, I'll get to that. But anyway, what I was saying is I've always had a thing for American cars because you want what you miss, and I didn't have them in Europe, so I'm like really dead set on American cars.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate somebody loving what he works on and what his nostalgia and childhood are and whatnot. And if we're gonna fight the EV thing, we have to stick together. All the ice guys, we got to be cold as ice. Okay, no more dad jokes. Anyways, Jay, I don't know if you subscribe to me or not because the usernames are funky. Like I just see the @ but go to my. Can I say my email? Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plug
I'm gonna
yourself,
type
bud.
it. Type it. Well, I don't know if I want to type it in the chat. It's Dakman at directive25.com.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
Da, 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 da.
There's a reason I have you on. There's a reason I have you on the show, man. I mean, if there's
I just snorted my crack. It's okay. All right. So send me an email. Just, hey, it's Jay from the stream, and I'll send you a breakdown checklist. I give these out for free, whatever, to all the new Mopar guys because it is
good,
kind of complex and it could have disastrous consequences. The oil channels, oil passages, and the squirters under the pistons are very thin. Like these are big pistons, right? So there's not a lot of room for oil to get in through. And during the break-in, there's a lot of loose metal that can clog these things. So I've seen so many guys that destroy their engine just by revving it hard out of the dealership and then or worse, something happens unrelated and the dealer says, no, because we saw you. We have a video of you doing the burnout.
I did.
Yeah.
I
mean, I've done it too, but there's ways to do it. But the best way, when you have at least the guidelines, like what mileage, like the 250-mile mark is very important. And then the 500, important, but not as much, but still keep it under certain things. And after that is more motorsport stuff, like up until 1,500 miles, don't take it to a racetrack, drag strips, whatnot. But send me that. And after the show, I will get to emailing you and whatnot. Just put the checklist in the description. Damn, too many cables. But yeah, like I said, I they're inspired after Air Force paperwork and checklists. I used to work on these airplanes, and I have all sorts of manuals for the cars and whatnot. It's really OCD, but I figure might as well.
It's good. It's helping the community. I like it.
Like it. And it probably works for other cars too. And also, I'll send you a checklist, an inspection checklist for the car. So like every year you go through it, because a lot of people forget, like, hey, when was the last time you hit the button for your trunk to pop open? By not cycling these physical switches, gunk and dust gets in there. So if you do it at least once a year, you're preventing buildup of all sorts of gunks from, messing up the switch. Because at that point, if you're taking the dash off to replace the button, you might as well, replace it rather than just cleaning it, unless it's 20 years old and you can't find them. But okay, I'm geeking out way too much.
That's all right. So I have a question for you, and I brought it up on my last stream. When's the point? In Mustang GTD is going to be heavily influencing this. I know it. I see it coming. I promise you. When's the point? The tipping point where, we have one of 63, one of 26. Everybody has a collector car worth some monumental asking price in their garage.
Yeah, that's I'm
because they keep building all these little stupid little additions, addition for this, addition for that, blah blah blah, and they keep just raking people over the coals. So go ahead.
It's a form of inflation of the product. There's too many special this, special that. Dodge is known for this. Like, think about the 1984 Dodge, Charger, which was a Mitsubishi Starion, I think. They had special editions of that. There's a Daytona, not a Daytona. Yeah, a Shelby. The last Shelby car was that Mitsubishi car. Do you think it's worth anything more than a regular Charger from 84? Nope. Same.
Fuck no. I keep trying to tell people, walk away. This is not worth it. This is not the direction we want to be taking the car culture. Because here's the thing: is if I pay $100,000 for a car, in my mind, if I don't drive it, it's what I mean. I'm not really gonna want to budge off of that one. Realistically, remember when we used to be buying Hellcats for what, 61, 62?
Yeah,
and that's what they came in at. I remember when they had a deal going on. Plop $8,000 down, and you could lease it for $599 a month.
Yeah, those days are kind of gone, and
I know, but we've pushed the snowball, and I'm wondering if it's just all this hype on the online, and they're just capitalizing on people's enthusiasm.
For new cars, I think those days will be gone for now. I mean, it's kind of like the 80s, early 80s, when the Camaro topped like 180 horsepower. That was it out of the 305, right? Dark days, right? And then it took a while till you got the TPI, the 5.7, the 350. You got a little bit more power, 280, but still dismal compared to the first gen and early second gen cars.
Right.
So we're going to be heading into that until they realize that EVs are a total waste.
They're a joke.
In fact, I was thinking of doing a video proving mathematically why EVs are going to be limited and capped, because there's only so much amperage your house has.
Right.
So unless you cut all the power and try to recharge it, and I'll do it over like 8 hours, see what's the maximum horsepower. Now it's going to be some stupid number, but then again, internal combustion is reaching stupid numbers. 2,000 horsepower for a car. I never thought that would be.
That Banshee's going to flop.
I'm not talking about new cars. I'm talking about guys who custom dyno them and all that, and they're getting like 2,000. Yeah. There's a guy with the Viper with 4,000 horsepower.
Oh yeah.
Like
There's
I
one
don't know.
that came out of what was that? What's that builder in Texas?
Oh, the Hennessy guys.
Or no, Calvo. Calvo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they're real close to Hennessy. I think a couple hours away, but it's they were getting like 3,300 horsepower to the tire. What they
Damn.
call that? Yeah, dude. So I'm like,
Yeah, you're gonna see that. So I still think that's gonna keep on continuing while we're in the dark ages. And just real quick to Jay, the speed limit. The break-in period calls for accelerating under a little bit of load, then backing down. It's a little more involved because that's why they, like when you just drive at a constant speed, it doesn't wear under all pressures, and you can start having some issues. You're fine 99%, but
you're just getting the oil rings to seat.
I don't use emails for anything. I'm just a guy that likes cars, so I don't mark it. You're not going to get any spam from me, or if that's an issue, which I understand. There's guys out there selling their email lists, and whatever. I'm like, I'm too lazy to collect all the emails from guys that I chat with like that. So,
Tracy Jenkins, the problem with collector cars is a lot of dealership owners and close friends are getting them and using their positions.
Yeah.
That's also a big problem.
Yeah.
It's also a big problem.
But the same thing happened in the 80s too. Remember, like think of the Grand National, the Grand National GNX. How many of those ended up in collections?
Oh my God!
To where we find them now after like 40 years, the car is non-titled, 0 miles, but it's destroyed.
Yeah. I believe Jay Leno did a video where a dealership just before COVID hit, I believe, and they had a Buick Grand National in '86.
That was the car that they did with,
and it was brand new, never been titled. It only had like 500 miles, and it was still sitting on the showroom at the dealership in 2020, dude. I'm like, that's yeah. So I mean, Tracy's got a good.
There's demons, untitled, brand new 2019 demons out there.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
$200K, you can have one. Cheaper than a Black Ghost. Markup, I mean. I would do, if I'm going to spend that kind of markup, I'll get the 18 Demon. Because that's the first.
Yeah.
And horsepower is not that much, okay, fuel system away, what do you call it? The piss fuel. Ethanol. What? I'm not a fan of ethanol, but
unleaded?
No, ethanol.
89. Oh, okay. Oh, stop! Oh,
I know. I'm not a fan of it. And not because of the performance.
More for me.
For me, the issue that gives me, panic and nightmares is the corrosion. That thing will rust everything. So I think of the car when it's 20 years old after using ethanol. Oh my God, everything's going to have to be replaced. No. And then never let that thing touch ethanol ever again. I've been fighting ethanol in gas and regular gas at 10%. The damage that has done to a lot, fuel lines, carburetors, fuel tank, so much problems. So,
I've been burning E85 in my ZL1 pretty much exclusively. I haven't had any problems yet, but I buy it from one place and I just buy it. Just, you know what I mean? I'm hoping.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally spaced out there. Like,
no, you're fine. You're fine.
I was trying to divide myself because Jay was talking about he's going to drive it in the city, and that's good. City driving is good for break-in. They used to do this. They used to do break-ins at the factory, right? They would put every engine on a dyno. That's where it was in the 80s.
That's exactly what Tracy said. It was a good thing about Yanko is it's broke in before you get
it. Yeah, well, Yanko is a little special, and they figured, you're paying enough for it. You better get a broken in engine without accounting on the miles.
Yeah.
So, but back to the ethanol thing. I mean, it's good for performance and whatnot.
It's very good.
It's also, like I said, it comes with the problems long term, and I'm coming from that angle only. If you're doing drag racing with a car, that car is going to be beat up in 10 years. You'll be lucky if you can just put it away in a field.
Yeah.
Right. But so ethanol won't matter. Who cares at that point? But for most non-performance cars, convertibles and whatnot. That starts.
No, I
It
mean
worries me. That's all. That's all.
for for daily commuting, it would have to be extremely cheap. I mean, extremely. It would have to go through the price of it would just have to blow through the basement.
Well,
Cheap.
I have a car. Like this was a big issue in 2008, 9 when they started doing the E85 for the Panthers.
Yeah.
We're coming right back to the Panthers in St.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Full
Right?
circle.
My Marquis is E85,
Yeah.
right? And it has less power. It's sluggisher on E85. Everything is worse except the mileage. But if you calculate out by price per gallon, it's kind of the same thing. So
put it on the dyno.
Probably gonna have less.
You need to have somebody tune it. I'm telling you, you'd probably pick up
I
some
need
power.
to put a Mustang throttle body on it because it's got a tiny little baby throttle body on
it. Yeah.
It's slow.
Yeah.
I remember my Crown Vic because I'm still working on it, still on jack stands, right?
Heading in the right direction already. I love it.
One thing I do want to say, because a lot of people don't know this, like why is a lot of Ford guys, old Ford guys, why are we into the Mopars, the new Challengers? Why? The timing order on the Apache engine, that's an natural aspirated, and Hellcat, the supercharged, is the same like for the old 460, the 385 series engines, the 429 and the 460, as well as think of some of the FEs, the 390s and whatever, the 154, 398, no, 154, 28, no, there's no 8 there, 27, 359, 389. Is that it?
If I was you, I'd just Googled it. Google.
I don't know. But anyways, it's stamped on the intake. You'll see it. But that sound, that lopiness, that 7/8 at the end, 2 consecutive pistons firing out of the same side of the exhaust gives it that that comes like, without a cam or anything.
There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
That's when I first heard this thing up close. I'm like, I don't know why I love that sound.
Yeah. That, I mean, you're gonna miss that though with the EVs. There's no. Oh my god. That's my biggest fear is we're gonna get into EV. They're gonna realize the limitations of it, and then we're gonna have to either 1, pick a different direction to go, or 2, we're gonna have to backtrack, and then we're gonna be far behind. And then a lot of damage is going to be done by then. So
old cars, there's still a lot of guys out there like Uncle Tony's Garage. That guy's putting out some major power out of some of those cars are just heaps, that have no value, but whatever, it's still cool.
It's way cool. It's very cool. Yeah,
that's going to be the direction we're going to see. Like instead of spending $100K on a new car, you'll be spending $1,000 on a shell of a car and then dumping the rest of the money, and it'll still be cheaper.
That's where I want to keep it. That's why I have been pushing to not pay these markups, not order the stupid special editions. Just leave them be.
Special editions are like, this is gullible people that think that's going to be special.
Right. That's a very good way to put it. That's a very
naive
good way.
Collectors.
Yes. Boom.
Because I'll tell you,
I'm clipping that. I'm clipping that right now. I'm clipping that.
There's one thing I'll say. I have not said this before. Which other cars, which Dodges are going to be the ones that will go up in value? There's only 2 of them. 3 now. Obviously, the Demon 170.
Yeah.
But taking that away, because we're peasants. We can't afford the markups for that, right?
Yeah.
Super stock and the 1320. Those 2, the production numbers are so low.
That 1320 is rare. Rare. I think it's
stock is more rare.
There's 300.
For 2023 is about 300, where there's only 114 super stocks.
What about the 1320?
About 300 of them for
really? Okay. Yeah. I thought I knew it was under 100, but I guess they probably pumped out some more.
Now, and they might have canceled some orders and whatnot, but there's those 2, because there's something unique about them. The super stock is basically a Demon without the Demon box, so you're getting that kind of thing, but it has the red eye hood, yada, whatever. But the 1320 has a Demon suspension,
Yeah.
With the transmission, it's a little, it's not a demon transmission. That's the HP90 versus HP75, but it still has a transmission brake. So it's still set up out of the box to go drag racing with the standard Alcantara wheel and all the little things. You can even get it with a single seat. Those cars are going to be going up. There's so few that those that want them bad. That's my, Yes,
Yeah.
Mike. Yes.
Oh God.
Corn is good for, I read tortillas and burritos up ahead. Corn.
Corn is good for everything, buddy. I'm telling you.
No, you don't want corns on their butt.
Well, okay. I do stand corrected.
Okay, yeah.
No.
Maybe my mom fell asleep and she didn't hear that. Sorry, Mom.
No, the thing is I want to keep the barrier of entry low.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the best way because it's I'm afraid what is happening to cars is going to be like a replay of the mortgage crisis where there's no more starter homes. There's no more, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I try not to have that thought because the first thing when you say mortgage is like, well, I'm lucky I got mine, and that's the typical attitude that got us here. Where kick the ladder. I was like, well, I got mine. Screw you. I hear this a lot with the cars. Like, well, I got my Demon 170.
what about your kids? What about your grandkids? Don't
A
you
lot of
care?
people don't care. They don't.
I
they
mean,
don't.
yeah.
That's why they send them off to daycare and colleges to not be around. Not everybody, I'm just saying, but there's a lot of kids that should not be in college.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this because they're stupid. It's just that it's going to hurt them. You're getting a loan instead of being a welder where you have mechanical aptitude and imagination and you can do things without the burden of $200K in debt.
Yeah.
But, status, got to have that diploma. You notice I don't got no diplomas behind me. Screw that. I don't even know where the hell they are. Big waste of time.
That a boy. That's money in your pocket right there.
The only thing I got is my freaking, what do you call it? An award and trophy for the bus.
Yeah.
Right there. You see the photo of the bus, the trophy behind the American flag and my 100-year-old clock.
You can die a happy man now. You're good. You're good with that.
That's the last trophy I won, by the way. The bus of all things.
That's all right. It's a cool ass bus.
I'm gonna make a joke. I'm gonna do a video about that because you guys are here, but unibody construction, stagger tires, Recaro seat, non-synchronized stick shift. What else?
I did. I just want to touch base, Mike Lloyd. I did a video.
Yeah, hygroscopic.
Yeah,
with the G.
I keep wanting to say hydro.
I know.
Hygroscopic. Yeah. Yes. That's why it's so.
So is the .5. That's another thing I don't use. The .5 braking fluid. It's better for racing and all that, whatever. But it just soaks in so much water that after like 24, 48 hours, it turns to garbage in a regular car. I've seen guys do that and they end up wrecking.
If it's exposed to the atmosphere.
Just the moisture in the air and all that soaks it up, and now you got basically you're braking with water and it starts boiling.
That's where they say it is the killer for E85. It has no shelf life, like how like 91, pretty much after like 6 months to a year, which we've all seen old cars. You go out there, bump the key, and they fire. But it starts to turn to varnish. E85 does not have a shelf life. It's just once it's waterlogged to a point, then it's no good.
That's
the
Diesel's the only one that doesn't have a shelf life at all. Like you can start up a tractor, 80-year-old tractor with diesel in it, it'll fire, no issues, no misses, no nothing. Gasoline will go bad.
That's
what I had with my Crown Vic, that it would start and it was running on starter spray, because whatever was sucking out of the tank was garbage.
Right.
It's worse with but and here you guys, what do you guys say? Wake up, people. It's been a long weekend, right? Labor Day is over, and it's like everybody's drowsy and
we did.
Borla will fix the EVs.
Oh my god! I honestly, I have nothing to say. I haven't even looked down that rabbit hole. I'm not even interested. I'm be honest with you, I'm dreading it. I anything past January, and that's pretty much why I decided to take a break from YouTube posting content.
I think you should not take a break. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, you can let the guy with a heart attack keep going.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go.
I might drop a stream here and there, but the simple fact is man, the thing with Camaro is it's all doom and gloom. There's nothing positive to look for in the horizon.
Keep your car.
Yeah, I mean I'll keep my car, but the thing is
The
like
ZL1 is going to be better than the SS that you're thinking about, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
the ZL1. Come on,
Yeah.
Just keep it. Who cares if it's not the last year?
You know what I'm saying? Oh no. Yeah. That's what I said. After from 2019 to 2024, the ZL1, the SSs are all pretty much the same car. I mean, in the 16, 17, and 18, they were kind of working out the kinks. They had TSBs, the oil pump failures, blah, blah, blah. You know, they had the infotainment, the older system, but they fixed all that in 2019, and they've pretty much been the same car since. So if you're really wanting a Camaro, you can go all the way back to 2019. It's the same damn car as a 24. It's just, you know, the corrosion protection's got a little bit more time on it and stuff like that. But
you can get the tail lights and the headlights too, which I actually like the older ones.
Yeah,
it's more sleek, especially the back.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Existed, bud. Existed. He's talking about Mary Barra. I posted. I made a post last week. Mary Barra, the president of GM, is the third. I think it was the third highest paid CEO or the second highest paid CEO. Oh, dude, it's a disaster, and that's why I'm taking a break, because even I'm tired of. I tell the truth. I speak from my standpoint as a car guy, as a car enthusiast, and there's nothing good to talk about, and it's kind of hard for me to sit here on it, complain to a camera every damn week. You know what I mean?
What I can say that's a white pill. I felt this too in 2002, and I'm writing. Yeah. But in 2002, I had an order for an SS Camaro with the dark metallic, with the white stripes that went into a checkered flag, that graphic, right?
Oh yeah. It
had the jelly bean eyes.
That's a beautiful car. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't my. I like the 80s Camaro. That Knight Rider design. I was like, but this is still cool. 5.7. It's got 300 and something horsepower. It's not a slouch. And basically it was like, well, I can't because 9/11 happened. It's just not the right time. So I had to cancel the order and basically ship off to the military. And I was waiting on some replacement. I thought, 2003 is going to be like 1983. Like that with the Corvette.
Yep.
But nothing came. Nothing. And I was like, well, screw it. I'm just going to get myself the Crown Vic. You know, I like the big cars too. And even that was like, the last body on frame, solid rear axle V8 car. So like whatever. But then I waited, and we went through the dark times, early 2000s, when everything sucked. And then 2010 comes out, and all of a sudden, now the Mustang's got competition.
Yep.
It can't suck anymore. It has to get good, and here we are. But every time manufacturers figure out a way to beat the EPA, their guidelines, that's when they come down with the hammer. Because you notice that there's always new cafe standards only after manufacturers finally break that horsepower gap. Like, it's not by accident. And the EVs are just one of those kinds of things too. So people, I wouldn't be surprised if in the future, like look at Dodge with direct connection.
They might make sense.
They're going to have kits and wheels and this and intake manifolds. They're going to be making that and probably going to be making more on sales to people keeping their cars going than new car sales. That
Yes.
that may happen in the next 5 to 10 years if things keep going this direction.
Probably. The
But
parts
it ain't.
depart the parts department will be
Yeah,
the star of the dealership now.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not doom and gloom. I see that as good. I want to see these parts. I want to see more of
Yeah.
this stuff.
That's why I was saying the money will probably be made in crate motors,
That too.
in crate transmissions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just yeah. I kind of see some
And
positivity in that.
yeah, you'll see a lot of
This,
people doing that
but
kind of stuff.
I mean, you know, just as well as I do, running a YouTube channel or any kind of social media presence, Instagram, whatever, it's a shitload of work. And the thing
Yeah.
is when you're putting in the legwork and you're putting in the time and you're really putting your heart and soul into it, and there's nothing but negativity around you, in my opinion, it's just better off to just weather the storm or wait till the storm passes and then
Well,
you
I don't know.
I can come back in spring and I'm not going to play any part as far as having the blame game as to
see, look at my last
what?
video. I'm not sure if you guys care or curious, but when we started the stream, it was like I was at 400 views, and I was thinking, like you, was like, my God, man, I worked, I edit this and that, like nobody's watching.
Sure.
709.
Yeah.
So as we were doing this, people, maybe you guys clicked, I don't know, but all of a sudden it's doing okay. It's not about money. I make $5 every video. That's it.
Yeah. Turn around. Yeah. Yeah.
You
People
know,
understand. Yeah. These
I do
live
it
streams don't
for
pay
the
anything.
car community, the culture, the whatever. And I go through this too. There's a lot of negativity, but
Yeah. Yeah.
what makes it a positive experience is the friendships. Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't know where Mike is. Mike Burley. He's almost
Um,
always here, right?
Yeah. Mike Burley, I believe he might be getting up for work. I know that he works later nights. So
Every time I do a community post or a comment or a video, he's there, and it's like it's not a message without seeing Mike Burley. And there's a couple other guys, I don't want to name them openly, although shout out to Blood Bathory. Guy's a legend, has the best metal name, Bathory. So you could be like Blood Bathory or Assault and Bathory, and there's all these names you could come up with that are really metal, and the guy plays a mean guitar, so I'll say that.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. I don't know. The Dodge game really isn't that much different.
Yeah, it's the same, and
It's the same.
because you realize that this is just the state of our economy and what's happening in the West.
Well,
So
yep.
I'd rather see a break, the Camaro being shelved for a couple of years, heck, even a decade, than it being defiled like the Charger name, like Stellantis is doing.
Yeah, but is the rumbles of Stellantis being bought out? Is that true?
I don't know. I was talking about that as a joke that Elon Musk should buy Dodge after it goes bankrupt and someone sells it.
Yeah, I heard rumblings. I heard rumblings. What do you say?
That's a good point.
If Glock can make it, why can't she? Yeah, yeah.
Although what was the whole meme they did the Glock with the P thing?
P thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was a C. Never mind. P thing. What?
There was something going on, and there were a whole bunch of memes. I watched.
I just bought I just bought an HK, buddy.
Oh, you go showing them? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. I that's what I was telling Alex. That's my other hobby.
You're going
that's
hard.
Yeah, I kind of like to dabble into everything, but I'm a big Glock guy. I like Glock, so it's kind of funny that you said that. But, yeah, I just switched over to HK. That so far I'm impressed with it. But
And I'm spitting on my mic.
bang, it's all right. It's foam. Yeah, the thing is like the aftermarket parts and accessories.
I think that's going to blow. That's what it was in 2000. Remember, everybody was getting those Mustang conversions with the bumpers. With
There might be
the
a
Roush Mustang was like all the rage in 2003 and 4.
Yeah,
have the Roush.
Yeah, buddy.
It's the same thing that's going to happen.
What's that?
You know,
What's
no,
up?
it's the same that's going to happen in 2023, 4, 5. You know, you're going to get some
For
company, the Hennessy. They'll take your old car, they'll finish it up, maybe redo the interior, whatever. They'll have more liberty with a used car that has some damage, some wear.
that will have an eye-watering price tag.
Yeah,
Eye-watering.
I know,
Yeah.
but it keeps you like it gives that incentive for somebody to imitate it. A kid may buy a V6 Challenger and
Yeah.
make it look like a Hennessy.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fake Roushes running around, and
Yeah.
if I could beat it with my Crown Vic, then like yeah, he was a V6.
Stage one.
Just added
Stage
so
one.
much weight with the wheels. It was actually slower than the stock V6, the skinnies. But no
Stage
hate. Like,
one.
look, I get that, and
Yeah. Yeah.
you do it because you want to be part of it. You want to do something. You want to learn, take the bumper off. So I don't judge. Yeah, we give each other some hell because that's what keeps us always progressing and always getting better.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know?
And that's the attitude and the line I would like to see the car culture be taking, rather than everybody's worried about MSRP, throwing money around, the lifestyle, the glitz and the glam, and this and that, and
This
how much
so many
everything's about money.
misconceptions. That's
Yes.
because these guys that write for Jalopnik, I don't even know if they're still around, or Motor Trend or whatever. These are people that wanted to work for the New York Times and get a Pulitzer, but were too dumb, so now they're working in auto journalists. I'm talking to you, Aaron Robinson from Haggerty.
That's
I was
amazing.
gonna- But
That's amazing. I saw that coming.
the idea is that
Yeah.
they think that we get these cars just to get laid.
Yeah.
No, most of us don't give a rat's ass. In fact, you get a lot of guys that are married happily, they got kids, and they don't care about going clubbing. That's in their head because that's all they think about because they're getting none. That's right, Aaron Robinson. Nobody's touching your pee-pee.
Right. I'm gonna cover up my account number.
Sorry, that was a little.
I'm gonna cover up my account number, but if I don't know if it'll focus, but that's my payment. $1,365.02 every month. I could have a Lamborghini. I could have a Ferrari. I could have
Yeah.
be like a lower line. I could have
No,
it.
you could
But
get it.
I love this. I don't do it for the attention. I don't do it for the girls. As a matter of fact, I'm single on purpose. I do it for the love of the car. So
Exactly.
you're absolutely true. They do not understand us. That it is so.
Yeah, and they think that a lot of it is, like I said, the fake bravado that they envy. Because why? We're guys and we're men. We're masculine. Even in our weakness, we're still dangerous animals.
What?
Like, these are journalists. They envy that because they are so low T.
Oh,
So,
yes, yeah.
you
They
know,
just don't understand. They
They
just don't
don't
understand.
get what it means to be a guy. That not everything is about
Absolutely.
chasing tail.
Right.
That we do things for ourselves.
Absolutely.
That accomplishment, the self-sufficientness, and all that. All the bad things that they say. Funny how that works too.
Yes. No, and that's
Welcome
that's
to
why,
the drive inside.
Yeah.
After hours.
Yes, sir. The Insiders Edition. Here's the thing: is like I love Camaro. Are the views high on Camaro? No. I mean, is the culture strong? Are we getting our ass kicked in sales? We're at the very bottom, but I love it. So I'm gonna do it because I love it, because I believe in it.
I think Mustangs have kind of always been there at the bottom, but they're getting the attention with the GTD. That's
Yep.
which is also a very
Yep.
unfortunate name because the first time I saw GTD on the car, I thought it said STD.
Good. One and the same. But
a G kind of from afar, the G or
yeah,
S.
it could have been S.
And I'm like, well, that's
I could see it coming in the future too, bud. I could see it coming.
no hate on Mustangs. Just a good friend of mine. He's got Mustangs, and he's
Yeah, but I'm afraid that culture it's almost becoming I hate to say it, like the California of car culture. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like
there's still a lot of that, and that's they're trying to take over the online spaces this way
it's
and
a
make
cool
it.
car, but man, they just
They're
it
trying to normalize
ruins.
it. That this
Yeah,
is what it means. Like, no, it doesn't.
good. Yeah, that's
You
a very
know.
good way of
So
putting
the
it.
cars and coffee thing. That yeah, I agree with that. It's like that's it's
What?
not the direction we're supposed to go. The cars and coffee vibe crowd.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, look at me and like there's certain things I don't like, even like putting your name on the car, like the channel, the graphics, the
yeah,
stupid stripes and whatever.
yeah.
Like I don't know. To me, it feels like there's a flashiness that
It's
a
it's
car
very
will have.
gaudy. Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's attention seeking.
Yes.
There's a
Yes.
difference.
That's what I
Like,
said. And with them charging an absorbent amount, they're creating a barrier of entry, a little club. They're creating
yeah.
social status. They're creating, you know what I'm saying? And
Well,
it
it's going to affect their image because if somebody like, Leno buys one and it's like, oh, it's a Jay Leno
he
car.
will.
Old boomer.
Yeah.
That's his attitude. And I used to kind of like him, but he's a political opportunist. He blows whichever way the winds blow. Yeah, he's used to be very much conservative, friends with Tim Allen. He was on his show Last Man Standing, a very conservative show. And then elections happened. Now all of a sudden he's very much with the climate stuff and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
these things and writing for Haggerty and being a
Yeah.
good little cheerleader and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I don't respect people like that.
Yeah.
I have more
Yeah.
respect for an Antifa guy that wrong and stupid, but at least the guy has conviction and he doesn't waver in that.
Yeah.
You respect the enemy,
Yep.
you know.
You
So,
kind of have to on some things at some point. You know what I mean?
that doesn't mean I'm not going to laugh at them when they
Oh,
shoot themselves in the foot when they're trying to do their little things. I'm like, okay, whatever. But like I said,
yeah.
I respect the guys that blow in every direction less.
Oh,
And that's what, unfortunately for me,
how
Jay
can
Leno-
you? You can't.
And
It's impossible.
sucks, 'cause I like Jay Leno. I like his collection. I used to watch it, but I can't unsee that. I can't unknow it. How do you, like
Yeah.
it'll take time.
Yeah. It becomes a point where I block him out and just
Yeah.
look at the cars.
And it's that genre. And
and
now with
it'll-
the Haggerty, seriously, you guys, if you guys have insurance with Haggerty, you better watch the video I made with them because the kind of stuff that they're gonna do-
Absolutely. I was going to get it until
Yeah.
I was looking at it because I know that when Daily Driven Exotics, he got paid out for his Murcielago. I'm like, yeah, damn. Because, I mean, I guarantee you the prices of these ZL1s are going to be going through the roof. And I have no idea when or by how much, but yeah.
Well, you have it in a garage, so you can
Yeah.
always go Grundy. Grundy's good. Small family owned, not paid by them or anything, but they're a good company. I wish I can get my bus insured because right now I have no insurance on it. And Haggerty is the monopoly. Everybody I talk to, and I mean everybody for the last month, they all say, "Have you tried Haggerty?" Or "We'll transfer you to our affiliate. Welcome to Haggerty. Come drive with us." No, thank you.
Yeah. Rather get punched
So
in the face.
I don't want to get into that because you talk about a downer. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
probably lose the vehicle because I can't get insurance.
Well,
Because that's also New York state law. You can't just have it registered with no insurance.
oh my God.
No, it has to be insured. Got to pay the
Yeah.
money, even if you're not driving it.
I mean, I understand the reasoning, but it's there comes a point to where it's like
That's why you get pulled over and you check.
you
Like,
pigeonhole yourself. I mean, we got a rule for this and a rule for that and a rule for the rule, and there's another rule created because these other rules didn't work. And man, yeah.
yes, thank you. Very good.
What's that? Tracy.
That's what Tracy said.
Yeah. Shouldn't
I'm
matter
monitoring
what
it
you
too,
have.
so
Yeah.
I'm not clairvoyant.
No. Tracy's good stuff. I usually talk to him on that.
Yeah.
On the regular. So whether you have less than 10 grand car or over 100 grand car, yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, it's I don't know. Either you got it or you don't.
It's the passion you put in.
It is. It is,
It's
but
and
I don't know where it stems from or how you develop it or
comes from you, from the individual.
I've
It's
just
a
always had it.
reflection. It's a
I've always
reflection of
had
what
it
yeah.
ever since I was a little kid doing this with Hot Wheels. You know what I'm saying? It's just always been in me. So
But I mean,
it's
I've seen guys that love whatever beater car,
yeah,
and it doesn't
yeah,
even look like a beater anymore. You can see, like, there's
yeah.
this one kid. He came up with a really rough Ford Ranger, but man,
Co-
you can tell he loved it. And it's like,
Coyote swapped. Was it have something
no,
cool in it?
stock. Everything was stock
Oh, okay.
except
What?
it had some bigger tires on it
Yeah, yeah.
and some spacers. And it's just the way it was kept. It was clean, even though it was a little rough, dense, but it was just,
But I
I
mean,
don't know how to explain.
you don't know if that kid was cutting his teeth
Yeah, it
on
was a young kid. It was his first or second vehicle. He was doing this. He
learning
got,
how to maintain, learning
yeah,
how to fix stuff, learning what it takes to actually, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely. That's the kind of stuff. And I went up to him and I told him, look, I'm going to be the president of this club. You can definitely, he was worried. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be here. I was like, no, you're welcome here. Tell your friends. And right next to him was a guy with the JDM car. And I was like, you tell your friends too, you're welcome here. Got to get more
Well,
people. And
I've also noticed that it seems like everybody starts on four bangers. They take less parts. It's half as many. You know, the rotating mass is half as much.
guess I'm old because my first
Yeah.
car was a V8.
My first car was Cavalier's Z31.
Z34.
Was it Z34 or Z31? I can't remember.
I think the
It was
truck
one
is
of them.
Z31. No, that's Z71.
Z71, yeah. So I can't remember if the Lumina was a
The
Z31.
Lumina was Z34.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it
You're
Z34?
right.
Okay, so it's Cavalier was Z31, yeah. And it
Yeah.
had the flat top 3.1 V6, and man, I tell you what, that yeah.
Mine had a 5.0.
My dad was, you're gonna wash the paint off of that car. Oh, you had a 5.0.
Yeah, it was a Grand Marquis.
Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking. What
87?
did they
No, 85.
did they call those LTDs back then? Was that the LTD?
That was the LTD Crown Victoria.
I got
No,
you.
this is the Grand Marquis one with the opera lamps and the plush velour tufted button seats. That was awesome. That's when I
20
fell in love with it.
2024 Z01 or 2023 Charger Red Eye, which one will hold more value? What do you think, Alex?
It's tough. I think there's fewer ZL1s. If the mileage of the problem is it's just a red eye. There's a lot of red eyes, like a lot.
Are there
That-
really?
Oh yeah, like what 30,000 of them?
Shut the fuck up! Are you serious?
Look, just look. Go to Dodge. Go to Dodge's website.
Oh my god! I
Go to
never
the
really.
house power, the horsepower locator. This should show
Wow.
how many there. But anyway, there's a lot of them. Maybe I'm off by a digit, but still, way more than ZL1s.
See, 2022 they were built 2100 ZL1s.
I would say about the same, and it
So-
depends on mileage. If the car is sub 3
Twen-
digits, it's like Barrett Jackson. If it is in the 3 digits, then it's bring a trailer, and above 2,000 miles is average because that's the
What?
average mileage for a red eye.
I'm
2,000
gonna-
miles.
I'm gonna say the 2023 Charger Red Eye will hold its value more, and
Right,
I'm only
see,
I'm only saying that because. Thanks for hanging out, Mike. See you
Black
next time.
market.
Yeah. The only reason I say that about the Red Eye is the fan base for Mopar is bigger. And I even had it explained to me at the dealer, if I followed through, bought the car, I could easily mark it up another 25, 30 grand and put it on eBay.
Nah, I don't know if I
Which I
trust
wasn't-
the dealers.
Yeah, I
Like
wasn't.
said, but
I didn't take it seriously anyhow. But I mean,
Mopar has that bad boy image. It kind of always did.
but the crowd base is big. I mean, look at the sales. They demolish Camaro.
Well, it was also because it was last year. That's
Well, I'm
it.
just saying. I'm just
And-
saying.
and the
Every year
Camaro
they
didn't-
donkey stomped.
The
was
problem
a
with the
trend.
Camaro, they didn't market, and like people didn't know. They still don't know that the last year the Camaro is next year, but technically it's this year.
Yeah.
And that, like, I went to my dealership, like they don't have any 24 allocations for anything.
No.
It's all sold out. I mean, probably could have gotten, maybe
We,
not a ZL1, but a 2SS. I could have gotten that with the
no,
1LE.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, he kind of owes me, and they have like
We
some
we got the
reserved allocations, but
we got Mary Barra. That ditch pig. Let me tell you, dude. She has put so many constraints on everything. Everything, dude. I tell you what, Slam Donkey has really followed through with freaking just killing the Camaro. I mean, you might as well have just killed it last year because this year has just been embarrassing.
if they
The
would
Corvette. What?
if they would have done something more like Dodge, yes, it was chaos and pandemonium, but we all knew what was coming and what the timetable was.
Exactly.
GM less so.
Now,
And
do you think that they ended the production years because they knew that the contract was coming up?
I think it's more has to do with just GM wanting to boost Corvette sales.
Do you
Yeah,
think
exactly. EST says, does Camaro even have a marketing team?
it doesn't? It does. It never has. My first.
No,
car
it
was
used to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going back decades. They used to. Back in
What?
my old days, Sonny,
Shit.
we used to have commercials for Camaro.
Yes. Even took the seats out. Yep. That was before you had to unplug
Yeah, there
any
you
airbag.
go. 85 Z28.
Yep.
Probably looked just
Yep.
like mine.
I went to Menards and I bought chip brushes. They were like a 2-inch chip brush, 2-inch wide. You get them for like 50 cents or 40 cents or something. You could just sit there and just have like the shop vac and just chip 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 on the vents. Yeah,
Yeah.
been there, done it, man.
That was my
whole-
high school car.
The
I
whole
had
car.
louvers.
Yeah, that's where your
Krager
affinity for
louvers. Yep, that's where it
Yes.
came from.
No,
Mine was an 83, but it had the body, like the ground effects from an 87 IROC
right.
and Trans Am wheels because it was a confused car. But 30,000
Hey.
miles, like in 1990 something, whenever,
That was back when we used to have Steelies. Remember Steelies? But-
Steelies.
Steelies, the steel wheels, the black
Steelies. Oh, yeah, yeah.
black
Well,
steel wheel. Yeah,
back when 17 inches was big, these are 17 inch, big wheels,
Yeah.
big, not 15 inch,
look at those fat ass tires. Yeah,
Or the 14 on the G bodies. I had a Grand Prix 2-door, had 14-inch Steelies with the 180 piece wheel cover with all the spokes. People thought it was just one. No. You take it apart and got to put it like a freaking reverse Jenga.
Oh my god. Going back to EST 87, does Camaro even have a marketing? It never have. But here's the deal. Here's so now Corvette's mid-engine. They're not front engine anymore. Camaro is. There's a big gap in the market. There's a hole. There's a void. There's, you know what I'm saying? So
I just thought of something.
what?
Hold on to your seats. This is bad.
Don't. What? Oh.
The reason why they're killing the Camaro,
What?
because it's a front engine V8 rear-wheel drive, and they really do want to make a front engine rear-wheel drive SUV Corvette.
But there's no. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Yeah. So
You saw the mess.
You-
Stop following me, camera.
do you think that there could be some validity to that?
The way they think, probably.
Well, I'm telling you, their thinking is so far out to lunch anymore. They're in the freaking trees.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the mid-engine Corvette. Tell you that now. I'm one step away from hating the car.
SUV Corvette. Yeah, but you know what? At least it'd be gas. At least it'd be gas. Because I think what they were
Unless it's
talking
not.
about was they were talking about turning the Corvette into a brand and then having an SUV under that umbrella.
That's still awful. That's an awful idea. Like, you killed Pontiac and you want to make a Corvette brand.
Yeah.
That's the stupidity.
Well, I mean, I've heard rumblings of they're doing the same thing with Camaro, turning it into a brand and then having the freaking SUV.
Just kill the Camaro, revive Pontiac, sell Firebirds.
With dignity.
There you go. Problem solved. You want to make a Pontiac, make another Aztec.
Yep.
Make an SUV, but make it cool. There's
Yes.
so many better ideas than what they're currently rumored to do. But we'll see.
What?
Maybe the economy crashing has saved dignity to some of these brands and let
Well,
them
I'm
die
I'm
in
I'm
peace.
just saying I don't think that there's going to be a positive way out for this because either they come to an agreement and the price of cars going to go up and the craziness is going to continue, or they go on strike and nothing's going to be bought and it's going to be bad.
Or they don't go on strike because GM settles, and then the rumor that what I said I think is going to happen, that the very last moment in 2024 they'll say introducing the 2025 Camaro, the 7th gen.
No, I just think they'll push production out until about August, and then it'll die. That's what I think.
That's an awful thought. The Wagoneers for used, J USA Pure Power.
Yeah.
It's like your thoughts of possible engine platform from Wagoneer being used in future Chargers. Well, I don't. Actually, that's going to be the case because they're going to use the Stella Large platform. That's what they're calling it, the EV,
So
that skateboard.
does
So
Stellantis,
Wagoneers, Charger, and I think that's it. And pickup trucks, the Ram. They're going to use what they call Stella Large.
does Stellantis have a V8 in the pipeline?
No,
They don't have no internal combustion.
They're going to have the Hurricane straight six.
This is suicide.
Yeah, it's brand suicide. It's game over for Dodge.
This is a kamikaze mission, I believe.
Well, I actually think it's deliberate. Like Stellantis bought Dodge to create a void in the market so they can reintroduce Peugeot, Renault, or Fiat again.
Here in the States?
Yeah, I don't know. They probably have more luck doing that. See ya, LSX. So I don't know.
Have a good night, bud. We'll see you, Corey.
I think that's their plan. Yeah, well, I mean, I can take any V6. I can take a 2JZ and double that. If I really wanted
triple
power,
that. Yeah, triple that.
So the idea is the dynamics of the engine, how it feels, how it shifts, and it's like saying, well, you can get a sports car that has 4 doors. It's the same thing. I don't want 4 doors. Like, think of a Camaro 4-door. Remember that idea they had?
Well, we have the CT5E Blackwing. Done.
Yeah, but it's not a Camaro, tangling up.
Tracy says, or kill
Mom
the Corvette.
says good night. Sorry.
Take it easy. Kill the Corvette, keep the Camaro, and bring back Pontiac.
I second that motion.
What did Pontiac have that was so good?
The Trans Am WS6. Enough said.
Yeah, but that was just a Camaro clone in a different skin.
It had pop-up headlights.
I mean, I'm not.
And had buttons on the steering wheel. Come on, that was hot. That was pure hotness.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't think that the Pontiac would have anything. Because see, that Pontiac was the in between. It was the overlap between Buick and Chevrolet.
It was the sports brand.
It was almost a Buick where it had the luxury. It was almost a Buick, but it was still more so Chevrolet. But it was priced.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the Pontiac Grand Prix was the sportier, had the round
G8
gauges.
Cool. Okay, the G8 was cool.
Okay, yeah, the G8. That's another good one.
That was cool. Yeah, that was a Chevy SS knockoff.
Not the G4. God, that was a horror. The Canadian. It was in a Chevy Aveo. The Aveo was a disaster.
Yep.
Or the Spark, or whatever the hell they call those things.
Both of them are just
who
atrocious.
bought that? You're better off buying a used car with the warranty than that horrendous little wretched, sorry excuse of automotive club.
I did forget about the G8 because they did have the Australian conversion, the Holden or whatever it was conversion. But yes,
well, technically they're all Australian. The Camaro's Australian. The Zeta platform and now the Alpha platform, weren't they Holdens? I don't know about the Alpha. I know the Zeta was an Australian platform.
Could have been, but the Alpha was designed off of Cadillac.
Yeah, off the ATS.
Yes.
So I still had a Camaro when I had a.
I
had an ATS
a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
My mom did, but
Yeah.
I was just checking.
No. Tracy says, "Hey, did you guys hear a rumor about the guy who built those Bandit Trans Ams? We're making 1,500 Chevelle base off of the '70s models." Um, I thought they killed that. I think they made like 7 cars and then they killed it.
Oh, the Trans Am, Smokey and the Bandit looking
Yeah.
fifth gen?
No, the 6th gen, the new one.
Oh, there's a 6th gen. Okay.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know
6th
about
gen.
the 6th gen. I remember
Well, they took a 6th gen Camaro and they kind of
the same-
made these one-off
the
body
screaming
kits.
Ba,
Chicken.
ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, pretty much.
English, motherfucker. You speak
That's
it.
all right. That's all right.
Yeah,
1,500.
no,
We're making 1,500 Chevelle based off the '70s model. I know that Carl Customs here locally in Ankeny, Iowa, was making the Corvettes where they were like a '50s C1 C2 body dumped on brand new, where it was C6 or C7
yeah,
body.
I can.
And then
I know those kinds of
Yeah.
conversions. Like,
Yeah, they were doing those here locally, but I haven't
my
heard
thing.
of the Chevelle. No,
try
but
not
yeah.
to. I mean, it's a little sacrilegious. Take a
Yeah.
nice first gen Corvette.
Bastardize it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Butcher
I
it.
mean, there's one thing when you do things that are reversible, but then the other. I mean, it's the guy's car. They do what they want, but still, there has to be a little pushback to that, right? And that's where the culture, where we come in, and it's like, yeah, there's shame that comes with it. You do something stupid, you get called out. And that's taking a '53 Corvette and putting it on a freaking
That's fair.
06. Like that's
fair. That's fair. Yeah. Shame. Tisk.
I'm bringing this gesture back.
What if Dodge designed a lighter and smaller car to be used?
Yeah, probably would sell enough, but it won't be.
Is this like the SRT4 all over again? Is that what we're talking about here?
It's basically going to be another SRT4, SRT6.
Remember the
But
neon?
there's no SRT. They disbanded it, so yeah, that's
Why do we grenade everything that's cool? Everything that's cool.
because we listen to environmentalists and instead of telling them get the hell out, pound sand.
Yeah.
We keep
That's what I said.
listening to them.
They need their balls suit off. Bingo.
I keep saying the best way to debate these guys is to not acknowledge the premise. Rather than saying, well, look, we're doing everything we can to be green, even though a lot of these companies don't think they're not on board with this, but they try to appease them like, look, we're doing this and we're not so bad. Don't attack us, attack them. No, and tell them just, you're idiots, you're delusional. Get the hell out of my office before I call security. And they'll toss you off, top of GM Tower in Detroit. That's how you debate them. Yeah, poor Bert. I love that guy.
Something's gonna have to.
I was looking at Tracy.
The
sign. He signed
when
the
Burt
Trans
Reynolds
Am.
was.
Yeah. I was kind of sad seeing as he was getting smaller and shrinking, hat kept getting bigger, and it's like, God damn, man. I just watched Smokey and the Bandit like maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was a cool movie, man.
Yeah. That was back when the innocence was high. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't you like to know? He says, didn't the Barracuda name get trademarked again? I hope that doesn't get a Hurricane motor. The reason why they trademark names is for 2 reasons. 1, to throw us off. And 2,
it doesn't cost that much. It doesn't cost that much
well,
money.
for them, yeah, it's cheap. And 2, also, so another company doesn't trademark it. Because you can have a Hyundai Barracuda. Who the hell knows? It might be a foreign market where the name is being used by another brand. It's like, oh, hell no, you're not doing that here.
Yeah.
Like
the Hurricane, I'm not on board. I mean,
it's been blowing up. It's been blowing up in testing. That's the reason why there won't be a 2024.
Oh, like physically grenading?
Yeah, it grenades itself. It can't handle the RPMs they're throwing because they're supercharging it. Or is it turbo? I don't remember. Turbo. Yeah, probably twin turbo, something low and high, but it's grenading.
I I mean, I'm not of that mind where I'm either give me my V8 what I want,
Yeah.
or I'm just gonna keep my cash and I'm gonna buy what I want.
And they're
It's
going
as
to say,
simple as
well,
that.
the government's going to ban them anyway, so you better get on board. And
Speaking of ban, what do you think of that?
bleh.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Seeing two of everything, aren't you?
the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
Riv is a Riviera.
yeah, yeah,
That's it.
yeah. The Buick. Yeah, no, that Rivian. Here's my thing:
The
is
unibody truck, it sucks. Needs a frame.
the whole EV line is just. Here's my thing: is where does it get to a point to where the EV is so unreliable or so because the torque is instant. It's almost dangerous at some point.
Well, no, you're just going to break traction on a regular car,
I mean, I'm just
which
saying.
I don't know. The issue is like these guys that say, "Oh, my Tesla's faster than you." It's like,
Yeah, but
no.
I mean,
Oh no, no. Wait, hold on. They're saying like, "Yo, I'm fast. I'm faster than you in my Tesla." It's like, no, you're not faster. Your computer is. I'm controlling the car.
it's quicker. It's
Well,
quicker.
no. When I'm driving the car's not driving.
Yeah.
I control the traction by how much I'm modulating the throttle.
Yeah, yeah.
A computer does that on a Tesla. You're just telling it to go fast in a straight line.
But here's my
And that's
thing: is
it.
what if something goes wonky? Because an electrical motor can go just as fast one way as it can the other. So what if you can do 110 in reverse? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, there's software glitches that can. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Like I don't think that's why I'm against like a lot of this software has too much control over the cars and they get
Yeah,
hacked and this and that and like okay, whatever. But they wanted this. When I say they, we know exactly who we're
yeah,
talking about.
yes. You voted for it. You wanted it. You brought it.
51% of our population, and
Yeah.
they
Thank
just
you
keep
so.
making TikToks complaining.
Thank you.
Yet they are apparently competent enough to vote.
Yeah.
Voting was a mistake.
Tracy says we're catering to that BS, and there's really no facts to back it up.
Yeah.
Everything's untested. This is 100% true.
I don't
Tracy
even
is
like I said, like
exactly right on the money.
the
Nothing.
best way to argue is like, oh, global warming couldn't kill us. Like, I don't care.
It's bullshit.
Polar,
I mean,
polar bears. I don't care about the polar bears.
did you ever see that T-shirt that said "I'd drill through a polar bear's ass for cheaper gas"? Did you ever see that?
Yeah, but I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, look up Dawson City in Canada. I think they're on the border. They're up in Yukon, right?
Yeah.
The whole city's on ice. Like they got stilts and stuff. And I was
What?
talking to
Are
a
you
friend of mine that she was telling me like, "Oh, this is great. It's like weird. They drive. The roads are ice and this."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking because the town just went full leftoid with Green Party and all that.
Wonderful.
So they have the balls to tell people the earth is melting while their house is on ice and it's not melting. The polar bears are dying while they have a problem with polar bears encroaching on human habitats and rummaging through trash and coming up to drive-thrus to get burgers. That's why I say, like, best way to argue is like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't, whatever.
I mean, I genuinely don't. I
don't. That's evolution. Things happen, animals evolve, or they die. Yeah, like why the hell should we save some? Yeah, and it's funny because I told this once to an environmentalist, like you're very conservative. What? No, I'm not. I'm very progressive. It's like, no, you're not. You're very conservative. You want to conserve nature and every species. You want no change, no evolution. You don't want the spotted frog owl to become extinct or evolve. You want it to be conserved. And it's like his brain just goes, boom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you probably send that in. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, fuck that. I can't do this anymore. Yeah.
Not that I'm like a huge, I'm a libertarian. I don't go for a lot of the conservative talking points, especially the Bible thumpers, because I'm Orthodox, so I don't want to hear that. But the point is, they just gobble up whatever they're told. Although I don't think they're fed to their mouths. I think they're fed up their ass. But that's another story.
Because the TV said so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it used to be popular to be, not that there's anything wrong with it. Persuasion.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do, but clearly Stellantis is beholden to the European Union because that's where the headquarters is.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's the big difference between why it's not the big three anymore.
Conservation goes against natural selection. Yeah. They always got to have something to freaking.
Well, that's why they're weaker. They can't survive anymore. Pandas are a good example. Not to mention, did you know that every single panda in the world is owned by the Chinese government? And every zoo, they have to lease them. And if the zoo is not progressive and all whatever,
now what fucking sense does that make?
They recall the pandas, even though China is totally not on board with. There's no gay rights in China, but if the zoo says something that's whatever, we want our pandas back, including every panda that's born. It's signed in the lease that if they reproduce, China owns the panda.
Okay,
it's like that's all. I'm okay with cloning in that case.
And I'm losing my Camaro. Yeah, that's awesome. Fucking great.
Yeah. You still got yours, the old one.
Yeah, I will until it rusts too. I was watching TV, watching all the gas drive through bumper water. I asked my coworker. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Oh, trust me. There's a whole gammon of
electric boogaloo.
Yeah, yes. That they're gonna be in a big shock for.
Yeah,
big. They're gonna have all kinds of problems. Trust me. But we're coming in on 2 hours, sir.
Damn, you did good.
I know you did really good. What? So yeah, I just want to close out by saying, guys, I'm going to be taking a break. One, I kind of need it. I'm exhausted.
I'll make sure he doesn't. I'm gonna bug him. I'm gonna bug you about this.
I love it. That's all right. I don't have a problem with streaming. Do you guys mind streaming every once in a while, or I don't want to lose heat or lose momentum on the channel. I'm getting tired. I really need to. I need a little bit of a break. So I'm going to.
Take a vacation. That's fine. Although, every 2 weeks, I know, when I had the heart attack, obviously I didn't post. I noticed that YouTube, when they saw that, he didn't post, all of a sudden my older videos started getting more traction.
Whoa, really?
It's weird. Yeah.
Weird. That is bizarre.
I was making the same amount of views overall, which is weird. It's as if there's a quota, which that's a whole other thing, I saw that, Jay.
No.
I saw. I got the email, so I'll answer to you. Just give me a bit, and I'll send you the what do you call it? The checklist.
As far as the global warming BS goes, let's think here. The Earth is way more populated, which means more car, more houses, which means less trees. I'm not a college guy, thank God. Just a common sense guy. But the thing is I watched studies where the trees are actually consuming the carbon. Did you watch that? Did you see that?
No, but it's a common sense argument.
Yeah,
if you have an organism, like if you have mold, and you feed it more material, what happens to that mold?
It gets bigger.
Yeah. So if you have a planet and you feed it more CO2 and trees that need CO2, what happens? The forests get bigger.
But the current amount of trees we have right now on the planet are out consuming the CO2 of. Well, it depends on the region. It depends on the city. But yeah, right. It's yeah,
because they keep talking about only the Brazilian Amazon, that there's going to be no more Amazon.
You're right.
The Amazon spans that entire continent. They just only know of one country, but they keep forgetting about the largest forest in the world, the Great Northern Forest, which spans Canada to Russia. All those trees.
JUSA Pure Power. Thank you, sir.
I'll send you the stuff. Just you'll get it by in the morning, definitely, 100%. I always do. It's kind of my thing, I guess. The checklist,
Alex will take care of you.
So, yeah.
Well, no, they're full of shit. They know it. I don't know where this is going to end. I kind of have a good feeling about me taking a break and kind of just stepping away as Camaro dies. they're going to do what they're going to do, guys. But I'm telling you, I'm going to leave it with this. Just walk away. I mean, if the deal gets too ridiculous, don't buy. Don't believe all the bullshit hype. Don't, you know what I'm saying? We'll come in and chime in on streams when I think that the shit's wading, or when we're wading in a little bit too much of it. But
Good
the
advice.
videos.
Good advice for dealerships and women. Always be ready to walk away.
Oh, run away.
Sometimes, yeah.
Run right the hell
don't
away.
Walk.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. The thing is, I'm telling you right now, the animosity is going to get crazy. I believe that the contract negotiations have something to do with it.
Yeah.
I might come in and do another stream after the UAW if they're going on strike or whatever. But
this way.
But the videos, the mods, and everything. I just have other things, like I said, that I kind of want to focus on in my life right now. I just want to take a break.
That's
Cars.
good.
Cars will always still be favorite. They'll still be number one. But I'm just gonna step away for a little bit, because I swear to you, every week that passes with them doing more and more mental gymnastics through the people. Yeah, that's why you have a red eye, brother. That's
Better red eye than blue ball.
That's a good point. Very touche. No, they're gonna be pulling on your heartstrings. They're gonna be doing mental gymnastics.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna be reacting to the UAW. They're gonna be saying this. They're gonna be talking this. They're gonna be threatening. They might gonna be teasing, waving a carrot. We'll extend production. We'll fucking this and that. But if anything big comes up, we'll hop on the stream. The polls, I'm gonna stop. And
look, take a break. That's good, but give it a week and see how you feel afterwards. And I have a feeling you'll be back. So,
thanks for stopping in, Tracy. Have a good night, brother. I know you got to get up early. I know.
Yeah, see you later, man. And so you want to end it here?
Yeah.
So
don't forget to go to Rip Roaring Garage. Subscribe. Go check his channel out. He's got a shit ton of good information.
Speedboat T-shirt.
Speedboat.
Cut this out when you edit. Oh, for the love of God! It has a challenger on it. There you go. I have to do that because the camera follows me. So if I get up, it follows me. I can't show it, so I got to show my nips.
No, I gotcha.
Yeah, the link is on my channel. I'm not gonna burn, whatever. Just get them for this, whatever, if you want. But thanks for having me, man. It was fun. This was fun.
Yeah. We'll be back again. Until then. You guys take care, subscribe, drop a like on your way out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Hemi this guy alike. That doesn't work. Hemi alike. That's what I think. So remember, oil is thicker than blood. So,
yes, sir.
See you guys.
All right, bud. We'll see you.